No one knows for sure if they're going to lose their job or not to automation, or if their incomes are going to go down because of it. No one knows for sure if a hurricane or a fire is going to destroy their house. No one knows for sure if another pandemic is going to happen and what that's going to do to the economy. We need to actually just make sure that there's a floor underneath everyone at all times. And I hope that's what lawmakers begin to realize.
Hello and welcome to the Business of Blockchain. I'm Nisa Amolis. This special episode focused on blockchain use cases is sponsored by Bitdeer. Scott Santenz, the gentleman you just heard, is the person former presidential candidate Andrew Yang credits with shaping his universal basic income platform. He is one of the foremost experts in the study of UBI.
Basic income is an amount of money that is provided universally, unconditionally, periodically, and individually as cash. And it does reduce poverty, and it can replace various welfare programs, but it also addresses chronic insecurity and the increasing inequality that we're seeing. A lot of people may have enough money to pay their bills and yet still fear the loss of income. And that chronic insecurity also has a lot of impacts.
Adding to that insecurity are fears that artificial intelligence will take many jobs. Yet hundreds of pilot UBI programs in the US and abroad give Scott hope for the future. And one of them is GoodDollar, a blockchain-based nonprofit protocol. GoodDollar Executive Director Anna Stone joins us now. So tell us about GoodDollar, what it does, how many people use it, and why.
GoodDollar is a project that actually has served a digital universal basic income to over 650,000 people from more than 181 countries. And people around the world use GoodDollar tokens. They use the UBI that's distributed to them to facilitate commerce, to cash out into local currency, to build businesses on top of it. So it's really a new approach to thinking about how do we solve these old problems of lack of financial access and poverty.
And do people just show up to claim GoodDollars?
So first of all, it's an all digital system. So the goal is that if you have access to a smartphone, you too can sign up and get GoodDollars. So we know that there are billions of people around the world who have access to mobile phones, but don't actually have access to what we would consider traditional financial services. And these are the places where we actually see GoodDollar being adopted and used the most in markets like Cameroon, in Brazil, in Ghana, in certain areas throughout Latin America, where you really have a huge potential, but a big problem that the people are currently facing.
And how much is a GoodDollar worth? Can I exchange it for US dollars?
So GoodDollars do have a price in US dollars. They work like any other digital token, if you will. So 1,000 GoodDollars is around 20 cents in US dollars. And from a GoodDollar, you can move into any other sort of digital asset, such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, mobile money or airtime, which is a very popular way to conduct commerce and peer-to-peer swaps in emerging markets. And of course, from there, you can move into fiat or cash that people still feel comfortable with.
And who is funding GoodDollar?
GoodDollar is primarily funded by the capital markets platform eToro, which is also focused on really increasing financial education, empowerment, and access around the world through encouraging anyone to be able to access capital markets. However, GoodDollar is actually built as an open source software contribution that anyone in the world can build on top of. And it really shows how enterprises can think about corporate social responsibility and making impactful contributions to the world through leveraging innovation in new ways that move beyond traditional donation and philanthropic programs.
Are you surprised by the different ways people are using GoodDollars?
One of the most incredible things that we've seen through our 4 years of working on GoodDollar is actually how communities around the world are really able to take this digital infrastructure and build real life use cases on top of it that meet their community's needs. This means opening stores where GoodDollar is actually accepted as a form of payment, where people can buy food, buy cooking gas, buy equipment. This is in addition to the exposure that people are getting in terms of exploring new types of financial assets or financial instruments that exist purely online in a blockchain-based environment.
So how does blockchain help there?
Well, without blockchain, none of this would be possible. Currently, in our existing system, it costs more than $1 to send $1. Until we solve for that problem, it will never make sense for us to really build systems at scale that are based off of microtransactions or fractions of a cent. And so it's due to the nature of the blockchain that a system like GoodDollar is even possible, that enables us to source small amounts of capital and uniformly distribute it as a productive global basic income to hundreds of thousands of people in hundreds of countries around the world.
So with Good Collective, you are helping the fight against climate change in partnership with Climate Collective, and that provides digital money to people locally where and when it's needed most, especially after disasters. Tell us more about it.
Getting money to the right people at the right time in a verified, trusted model is becoming a more urgent crisis than we've ever seen before. Climate, pandemics, security crises, all of these are leading to mass dislocation. And Good Collective is a platform that's been built on top of GoodDollar that actually enables anyone to set up their own sort of money transfer and direct digital transfer deployment. So we have used this actually first to help get money to indigenous stewards who are providing the environmental services to actually maintain their local environment, and ensuring that they are paid for those activities, that they're paid on an individual basis, that's based off of verified climate impact, and getting money directly to the people that are doing the work.
Does the blockchain make it easier to trust people?
Contrary to what you might have heard, yes. And this is because blockchains, in their very nature, are public for anyone to see and immutable. And through that system, it means that we know how much money actually exists and where it's going. And ideally, we're able to leverage these key features in such a way that it enables us as communities and all participants in the economy to have more trust amongst each other rather than to have less trust. And this is definitely an area where there's a lot of room for improvement.
Well, thank you, Anna. We look forward to your progress. That's it for today's edition of The Business of Blockchain. This special report highlighting a blockchain use case was sponsored by Bittier. I'm Nisa Amolis at the NASDAQ market site.